Sickos Club.
Sickos Club.
I felt the same exact way, like almost intimidated by, well, if these guys chose this, they both wanted to watch it, it must be really good.
Well, it's frequently on lists of other marks in their favorite.
But see, I think that's people looking at the matches and not watching the show. Like,
true.
When you look at the lineup, you're like, oh, that's a good show. Rick Rude versus Ric Flair. Like, that's, a match that only happened a couple times. And
Rude couldn't have been much longer he couldn't have been with the company that much longer, was he?
I think he was out the next year.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
what do
out
you guys
in
think
94.
Rick Rude smelled like?
Old Spice, maybe? I don't know.
Whenever I look at Rick Rude, I just imagine musk, cigars, and farts.
Yeah.
You think farts when you look at Rick?
Yeah.
I think
Rude probably held a fart in for a long time and didn't let it go.
But like morning coffee farts.
that's how he grew his mustache.
Like when your dad would drink coffee in the morning and then fart and it would, like that's
Yeah.
He looked like a Minnesota dad. Like if you just said to me the words
Definitely.
Minnesota dad,
he
looks exactly like whatever that is, whatever that conjures in your mind.
100%. And I think Rick, Professor Degree pointed out that his music does sound a lot like Opposites Attract by Paula Abdul.
Yeah. Which is the most famous song about having sex with a cartoon cat that I've ever known of.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if you take, so this is my theory about this song. If you take like every maybe third or fourth line and replace it with I'm fucking a cat, the song, I take 2 steps forward, I take 2 steps back. We come together because I'm fucking a cat. And because that's what the song's about. Fucking a cartoon cat. And it's gross.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Hard Way. I am Brett Michelle. With me, as always, are my little buddy Blade. Hello, little bud.
Hey.
And
it's me. It's Professor Degree.
That's right. Cadillac Margarita locked in.
I don't fuck any cartoon cats.
So he says.
Yeah, that you know of.
But are you two ready to talk about Halloween Havoc 1993?
Because they explicitly state that they're lovers in that song. I'm just going to bring that back up again.
All right,
No. I mean, it really is. It is extensive. The degrees
the whole
to which
entire
they
video
go.
talks about that they are definitely having sex. They're having an affair. And who'd have thought we could be lovers? Not me, because you are two-dimensional and don't exist in this world.
What does it say that I'm the queer of the group and I don't even know that song?
Well, you're missing out,
like
is what it
15
says.
years younger than everybody else here.
That's true. I'm the baby.
Wait.
Plus, the cat was straight. I mean,
The cat was straight.
I mean,
Well, but Paula Abdul was really on the cutting edge of consensual cartoon bestiality.
Mm.
did it? No, Roger Rabbit might have came before that song. That might have been first.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. So it's not. So yeah, there was a precedent.
Well, this was the 5th annual Halloween Havoc presented by WCW, and it took place on October 24th, 1993, live from the Lakefront Arena in New Orleans, Louisiana. Attendance was 6,000. Your commentators were Tony Schiavone and Jesse the Body Ventura. Your ring announcers were Gary Capetta and Michael Buffer. And your referees were Randy Anderson and Nick Patrick, with a special guest referee appearance by one Terry Taylor. Now, we start off with a nice, spooky little intro. This was actually pretty cool.
This was the best part of the show, is the problem.
Yeah.
The intro, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I want to say, okay, so the intro, it's got some kids, trick-or-treating. It almost, feels like Hocus Pocus, and there's this sassy little vampire boy who wants to pick the house they trick-or-treat at. Loved him. And so they pick this creepy ass mansion, you know, and the kids go up to it. And Tony Schiavone answers, and he is giving sex offender. Like, this whole thing was like this. Whoever this is, there's a red dot on this house. Like, this is on the Megan's Law website. Like, he's inviting these kids into his home, and then he's in a smoking robe. Like, come on.
Yeah. And making all kinds of, like, I don't know if double entendres is the right word, but he's talking about, like, cooking his wife or something, right? Like, she's baking right now or something. But well, he's creepy.
He's creepy, but this also showed that Tony Schiavone could do stuff. That he wasn't just this tight-ass dork who called wrestling. Like, he actually, it shows that, you know, he's a little more ambitious than all of that. This would be the only time you'd ever see Tony Schiavone do something like this until AEW, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you realize Tony's a big nerd, and he's this big, lovable dork who loves doing geeky, weird shit.
I mean, you know I'm a big Schiavone mark. I fucking love Schiavone.
Yeah. And I mean, he played a hell of a sex predator.
He did, really. Like, my God, that's all I could think about was like, oh my God, this aired on television?
Yeah.
Like pay-per-view.
Jesus Christ.
You have to pay money for that. It's like, ooh, there's 3 kids. One of them clearly has a mom who does makeup because he has, like, movie-quality Sting makeup on. And Tony Schiavone's a predator.
Happy Halloween. Welcome to Epstein's apartment.
And so Tony turns into a monster and kills the children.
What kind of monster was that? It was like a werewolf, but it had, like, sharp talon hands?
I'm sure it's whatever's in the Turner Classic Movies library. You know, it was probably some holdover from that. But, and eats the children.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So there's children murdered right at the beginning of the show.
So we get into the show. Eric Bischoff is dressed like a goddamn Confederate soldier.
Right out the gate.
Jesus, like right out of the bat. Just fucking, But Tony is dressed as Jesse Ventura.
It rules.
In a very obvious bald cap and poorly glued on goatee and sunglasses. Yep. And it's my favorite thing of the whole show. Because every time they cut to them, Tony is still in costume.
Well, and Tony realizes the power of the costume is in acting normal.
Yeah.
Just acting regular.
Yeah.
And it's clearly weirding Jesse Ventura out because Jesse's already a huge mark for himself, but then he's being confronted by himself constly, and he can't stop talking about it.
Yeah, no, every fucking time. Also, I want to say, Jesse Ventura starts out, he goes, "That's right, it's Halloween. There's gooses. There's goblins." Like, gooses?
Gooses? What the fuck was he talking about?
Like, I've heard of a Christmas goose, but like a Halloween goose?
Gooses, goblins, like...
And he's a Halloween. He doesn't say Halloween. It's Halloween.
That's right, Schiavone. We've got the gooses and the goblins for a Halloween. What are you wearing, dork?
Well, I like that, Brett. What I realized is your impression of Jesse is like if he was on 0.75 speed and so his voice is a little deeper and it's slow. I like that.
Thank you.
You're like special needs Jesse Ventura. I like it.
Yeah, thank you. I Blade Daily.
So, guys, we get started just hot, smoking fucking hot.
Yeah,
one of the Outrunners was in that first match,
smoking
right?
hot like the Shockmaster.
It's like a fucking Slim Jim just shoved right up your ass.
Ooh.
Nothing says WCW more than a dude dressed like a construction worker, or, you know, like maybe he's like working on the like lines, the phone lines outside your house. Just whatever basic generic worker gimmick they could give.
Okay, hold on. I want to be clear that we're talking about the Shockmaster here.
Mm-hmm.
And not Firebreaker Chip.
This is a guy, Jesus Christ, and Todd Champion, don't forget him. But the Shockmaster was a guy who was wearing a Stormtrooper mask with glitter all over it. So this is an upgrade.
Famously made his debut by crashing through a wall and falling and losing the helmet.
Dude.
And having Davey Boy Smith very clearly say, "Oh, he's fooked." Right on camera. Now, so it's the Shockmaster, but that's just the start of what's awesome about this match, because his tag team partners are Charlie Norris. Do you guys remember Charlie Norris?
Yeah. I remember him from this match.
Yeah. He was in WCW, I think, for like a year. And for a minute, maybe this pay-per-view and never again. He was pushed as a potential babyface, but I think quickly descended to jobber status. And Ice Train. And one of the kind of amusing anecdotes about this team with Shockmaster, Charlie Norris, and Ice Train is two of them are dead.
Hilarious.
So then after that, we have their opponents, Harlem Heat, who their names are Cole and Kane. They are not Booker T and Stevie Ray yet. But they are no longer being let out on actual chains wrapped around their neck by Colonel Robert Parker.
Yeah. But Kane, because Big Daddy Kane, right.
It
was like, it's supposed to be like a whole new Jack City type deal.
Who is that guy that they were teaming with? Because he looked like one of the fucking Outrunners.
Equalizer, not the Equalizer, just Equalizer. There was no the.
It's Equalizer, but what you guys may not remember is that they eventually put him in a gimmick where he's Kevin Sullivan's brother, Dave Sullivan, and Kevin, but his name is pronounced Evad, and he's briefly a member of the Dungeon of Doom before he's saved by the Hulkster, who turns him into David Sullivan, and then he disappears from TV.
That sounds horrible.
Anyway, the match is awful.
Don't you love pro wrestling?
I know.
Sometimes. Definitely not during this show. This is a terrible match. It's not interesting.
This has nothing to do with Halloween Havoc 93, but speaking of how great pro wrestling is, how awesome is it that we got Andrade attacking Kenny Omega once and then he's just never seen again?
I know.
King Hater just shows up.
Right? If nothing else comes of it, that's just good. It's like, I just showed up that night. Fuck
you.
Kenny
Remember
Omega.
that night Andrade just showed up and attacked Kenny?
Dynamite 300. Yep.
What's
the man, the myth, the legend.
Anyway.
So what's the next match?
Also, Ice Train, Charlie Norris, and the Shockmaster win this match. I don't remember how.
Shockmaster picked somebody up and
Equalizer.
then he laid down on him or something, and then it was just over. It was a very abrupt. It didn't look like it was supposed to be the finish, but it probably was. They're probably just like, fuck it, dude, we're done.
Well, here's the thing. This is the shortest match of the entire show, and it felt like it was 3 hours long.
Yeah. The crowd was really hyped to see those big men go at it, though. They were hot for that.
This was the year of Whoomp, there it is. Because
my
fucking shit. Every match, it was constant. It was like a what chant or something, but just the whole pay-per-view.
And we weren't going to get bailed out. We weren't going to get bailed out by Who Let the Dogs Out for another 4 years.
No.
So, I mean, it's just whoop, there it is for the better part of a decade.
Oh, mama. And people were into that. Oh, man, they were into it.
So, what do you guys think of when you're trying to change the ratings and you're trying to get interest in your product and you're trying to just generate discussion, right? I know what I would think of, and then I know what WCW thought of. It was get a fat masked man from the 70s and 80s to manage an old guy who's about to retire from the 70s and the 80s. Get the assassin Jody Hamilton to manage Paul Orndorff, and then have him face a guy who was famous in the 70s and 80s, but actually still a good wrestler.
Yeah. I liked the aesthetic of the assassin. It's very 60s kind of, you know what I mean?
The mask is very cool.
Comic book luchador villain. I thought he looked cool.
I'm sorry.
Maybe gotten a suit coat.
Did you just say it's very cool?
I thought he looked cool.
A luchador or a guy in a mask with a suit on is cool.
It looked very comic book villain. You know what I mean?
But a guy who looks like he just Never mind.
There was a point when he put the end of the match, he put like a metal plate under his mask.
That was the only cool thing he did.
And Jesse was like, there's no way he can fit anything into that mask. Look at him.
Right. He says, with a big fat head like that, how could you fit anything else in there?
My big takeaway from this, well, actually I have a couple. Paul Orndorff is basically just Ric Flair light.
Well, okay, so Paul was about to do an actual good gimmick with, or maybe he had already done one. I can't remember. But he did the gimmick where he, like, a motivational speaker, like, motivates him, and he, like, starts talking to himself in the mirror, and he becomes a tag team with Paul Roma, and they become pretty wonderful. It's actually a pretty amusing gimmick.
That's a good team name.
Yeah. And so I'm a Paul Orndorff fan, but he's pretty much done by this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so what do you do? What's that?
He's just somebody's dad. He's just he's somebody's
who he looks
dad,
like?
But
all I kept seeing this whole match, every time I would look at his face, I'm like, that's fucking Powdered Toast Man from Red City.
Yeah.
He looks like Powdered Toast Man.
Powdered Toast Man.
Right?
Yeah.
He does.
It's the nose.
That's
the schnoz.
It's the nose. It's the nose.
He's just bland.
Steamboat could still go. I mean, he was really, really great.
And how cute was he with his little baby girl Halloween wings on?
Yeah, well, so he had been in WWF as the Dragon,
right,
blowing fire and shit for like 3 entire months. And then he comes to WCW and he just drops like half the costume, but keeps the wings.
Yeah, and then they cut to him after he blew fire, and the camera could have shown anything they wanted to, the crowd, Paul Orndorff, the assassin, and it focuses on Ricky Steamboat for like a full minute wiping the shit off of his mouth. Like, you could just cut away from that.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. So what do you do with two guys who are nearing the end of their career? And you've got a big fat manager guy on the outside wearing a mask who nobody really remembers why he even matters. Nobody who's
Except
watching
for me,
this,
because I was a super dork and I knew who
watched the Assassins. Dude, I thought
you knew who he was, Blake.
I want to be clear about something. At the time, I did think he was cool. Okay.
Yeah.
He looks like he should be in that band I was telling you about, Low Straight Jackets.
Yeah. Because I knew that there was a history.
Listen to him cut a promo, Brett.
You just had to suspend disbelief that he could. I mean, he looked like he was struggling in that match. Like, it was rough for him. But yeah, I liked the idea.
And he wasn't even wrestling.
The guy who stood on the outside, the only physicality he had in the entire match was getting up and down the ramp and putting something in his mask that looks like
like a piece of gum,
like a little brick of cheese that he put in his mask. What do you do with these guys? Well, WCW's answer is you have them wrestle for 18 and a half minutes. This was way too long of a match.
It really was. It just kept going.
If you had let these guys have a 10-minute match, they would have burned it down. It
wasn't even a terrible match. Like there was
a terrible match.
There was some cool spots in it and some good chain wrestling. Like I really liked when they were going at each other and Steamboat kind of like hooked his arm and kind of they spun each other around like midair. That was pretty rad.
That was cool. No, they had some cool moments. It's not a bad match, but it's heatless. There's nothing compelling about it, really.
You could say that about every single match on this card, too.
Yeah. But and some of these matches, at least one of these matches, had a genuine feud behind it, and it didn't feel that way.
No.
But they just made them wrestle way too long. If you had cut this down to 10 or 12 minutes, this would have been a much better match.
Mm-hmm.
But, these old guys always criticize the new guys for all the false finishes, right? They're always, people overuse false finishes.
This whole match was a false finish.
Paul Orndorff kicks out of like everything twice. Like everything Steamboat can do, Paul Orndorff kicks out of it like twice. Like It's insane. And then eventually the assassin headbutts Ricky Steamboat. And there is nothing I like more than for a match that I've been watching for 18 and a half minutes to end in a count out. That's
right?
what I like.
Jesus Christ.
The most exciting point is when the assassin goes to put that thing in his mask.
He puts the cheese in his mask. Yeah.
And the camera angle is like from behind him, and you just see him putting his nose up to his hand. And I was like, is he just openly doing a bump? Like, right?
Yeah,
like,
he's just
not a wrestling bump. I mean, okay.
He's just taking key bumps in the middle of the match.
Like, dude, like, you can't do that.
That would be effective, though. Like, if he did some coke and then he just headbutted him really hard. Like, I mean, I could see it.
Part of his gimmick is the long pinky nail, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But anyway, Paul Orndorff wins by count out in 18 and a half minutes.
That was piss poor.
It was bad. It was bad. And then, hey, we keep this party rolling, okay? Fucking rolling, all right? Because next... the gimmick of this match is it's two British people wrestling each other. And they have what might be the best match of the show, actually.
Hey, and it's for a title.
Yeah.
It's for a title. So there's something to care about.
Yeah.
It's Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, wrestling Lord Steven Regal.
Who already by this time is disgusted at everyone, which I've always like
when he locks up.
Oh my god!
And he locks up with Davey when he's like
wiping the body oil. He's like, "What the? Oh my god!" I was cackling. The look of disgust that Regal could give was so good, man. I loved Regal.
And that dude was, I actually brought my son out because, he remembers when he was in AEW. And I'm like, look at this guy. This is 30 years ago. And he was 56 years old then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like maybe 30 at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but he was always an old man. And
yes,
God bless
he always,
him. Fucking William Regal.
He always
Steven
looked
Regal.
like a old British guy.
Yeah.
But you know what I've always loved about Regal's character is like, for as much as he would play up like the posh, like I'm better than you, blah, 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 he was still a brawler when he had it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, man, Regal was a tough son of a bitch. Like,
he's fucking great. He's a man's man.
And then
Yeah,
not
you
yet.
got it.
not for like 4 more years. But I do want to give special shout out to Davey Boy Smith. When he was motivated, this is a year out from the Wembley match with Brett. So
we all know what happened to that match.
that was a great fucking match, though. And
that
Davey,
was the crack match,
right?
Yes. Well, and Brett kind of made it. I don't know the way Brett describes the match. It's a little unfair to Davey, I think, because Davey has to pull off some shit on his own that Brett can't help him with, and he does. He really, really does. And that was, I mean, we rewatched that a while back. That's a great fucking match. It still holds up.
It was, man. It's honestly like, well, I think one of my favorite matches ever. Like, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, you would never know that
time.
Davey had been like out to lunch. Like,
right. It's one of Brett's best matches, and it's Davey's best singles match for sure.
Oh yeah, easily.
And then you have this match, which it's a good match, except at the 5-minute mark, they call time. They do 5 minutes have elapsed. It's the only match you did it for.
Yeah,
because it's the TV title match. Because there's a time limit.
But we fucking know what's going to happen when you start doing time calls.
Well, what happened, Blade?
It went to a fucking draw.
And here's the thing. This is the first instance of a ref pissing me off on the night, because fucking Randy Anderson, when Bulldog pile drives Regal, Randy Anderson runs behind Bulldog, then jumps over him.
Right?
To get the late count. And I'm like, if he wouldn't have moved, Bulldog wins the match.
Hey, man.
That is a ref error.
Discretion.
That is a referee error.
Randy's doing this shit to kill some time. He's like, well, you hit that a little early. So let me figure out a way to just...
No, that was the ref's fault. He blew it.
This is a night of horrible refereeing. Every finish... pretty much from here on out makes no sense. So we'll get into all of it. But
if you want to know how if we haven't already made it very clear what this pay-per-view is like, my notes, I have a note in here about how William Regal he's got Davey Boy Smith in a headlock and he's just dripping, and you can watch the sweat like drip into his eye and into his mouth and shit. And that was my concern was, oh man, that's got to be really gross. Like that's something about being a wrestler you don't really think about very often.
Fucking salty.
It's
probably stings
that's where
the
I was
eyes.
at. Yeah, right. But because I wasn't really watching the matches. Anyway.
Hey, but you know what?
I was
We
watching.
did next. Because the gimmick of Halloween Havoc for a few years there was spin the wheel, make the deal.
Yeah.
And next, my God, what a presentation this was.
The
Harley
fucking
Race.
pyro!
Dude.
Harley Race and Vader come out to spin the wheel. It's the main event is Cactus Jack versus Vader.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
I love that this year the wheel had the big fucking mastodon horns.
It looked like it was like a Texas Roadhouse
It
ad
did.
or something, you know?
And then they spin the wheel, and the wheel is like moving persistently but slowly. And then there's a giant fireworks show that goes off while the wheel is spinning, and Vader doesn't know what to do, so he starts flexing and shit while the wheel is spinning.
They used that was Young Buck pyro money. They used that
And
night.
the little ticker for the wheel is like a knife. It's like the Scream, like stabbing
Yes,
knife.
yeah.
That was cool.
Well, and this time they were smart enough to actually gimmick the wheel so that they, like the year before with Jake Roberts, they didn't know what kind of match they were going to have until they spun.
Really?
Yes.
I've always
They
wondered.
didn't gimmick the wheel.
Well, I was wondering if maybe that's why they like spun it early, so that way they would have time to go over a match, like whatever it lands on.
Well, it looked like you could see the person's hand turning it. Like it was.
Look, it at least explains why there wasn't much thematic stuff for the rest of the night, because they spent the entire event budget on that wheel.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the pyro.
And Tony Schiavone's bald cap.
Yeah, and getting Paula Abdul to do that song for him. He's simply ravishing.
Fucking
Something.
really on the cutting edge of consensual cartoon bestiality.
They sing gross. The same person does Sting's song too, I think. Like it does.
The same person does all of the WCW shit. It's all terrible. It's so bad.
He's quick as a cat. They mentioned cats
Yeah.
in that song too. Holy shit.
It's
Was it-
bad, Cold Sting.
Was it Jimmy Hart at this time?
I don't think so.
No, Jimmy's still in WWF at the time. He's fucking wait, he's not by this time, but he's, you know, it's still a year off from coming in.
Because you guys know my favorite theme song.
Demolition?
Eat your heart out, Rick Springfield.
Oh God. Come on. Let's not get into that again.
She's my girl, it's the always will.
All right, so the whole point was there's a huge fucking firework display for a slowly spinning wheel that ends on Texas Death Match, or Texas. It's not called a Texas Death Match. It's called like a Texas Rules Match.
Is it a
or
Texas
something.
Roadhouse match? Because that's what I
No,
kept
they
thinking
called it a
of.
Texas Death Match.
The announcer did, but it didn't say Texas Death Match on the wheel.
Yeah.
It's because they don't want the word death to actually appear on the
Right.
screen somewhere. I'm sure that's a standards and practices thing.
And so I'm just asking the two of you, just off the top of your heads, this version of the Texas Death Match versus Hangman and Mox, which one do you think was better? I know it's a close call.
It's so close.
Maybe
Shut
Vader
the fuck
versus
up.
It's so close, bro. Or Swerve and Hangman. I mean, they're
Right.
neck and neck, but like, I gotta give it to Swerve and Hangman and Mox and
any other Texas Death Match
And
that
Hangman.
ever happened.
And-
Easily.
Hangman versus Lance Archer had a really good one, if you remember. They had
Yeah,
a really good
they
one
did. They sure did.
Wow.
during Hangman's first title reign.
We had the one up against Christopher Daniels where he basically, you know,
He broke his fucking neck, ended his career.
yeah.
Yeah. So all those are better than this one. But also this one, the rules of that match, which we will not get into right now, are insane. They're insane and stupid and moronic. Like these
so
people had
confused.
never seen a Texas Death Match in their lives.
All right, so what do we got next, Blade?
Well, lucky for us.
Yeah.
So, you know, Brett, you helpfully illustrated the fucking referee bullshit that would dominate the rest of the show, starting with the Regal versus Davey Boy match. And we keep it rolling with They call him the Netro. Dustin Rhodes, Mega Dustin Rhodes, and Steve Austin, Stunning Steve.
For the U.S. title, and Steve Austin rocking the Hitler Youth buzz cut.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. I mean, he's like, dude, can I still have hair? And
you know what I loved about
he's just clinging.
Steve is they're billing him from Hollywood, California, but then he yells at the crowd, and it's just full Texas Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like,
totally. Totally. And the other thing about Austin at this point is they haven't announced that the Hollywood Blondes aren't together anymore. And so
he's still wearing the vest.
Right. He's still wearing all the gear. I mean, he wears the gear for the rest of the time he's there. And so they just never announced that the Hollywood Blondes aren't a thing anymore. Like, Brian Pillman got injured and that was it.
Yeah.
And it just fizzled.
I do love that when Dustin makes his entrance, there's a fan in the crowd holding an 8x10 of him and just screaming Dustin over and over.
He came out in the white gear, and my first instinct was, oh, he's gonna bleed like a motherfucker. And not so much.
Can I just say, when you wrestle, you sweat a lot, right? And you would think there'd be a lot of extra moisture in your crack, right? Like, I've always found wrestlers who wear the white tights to be brave, like exceptionally so. Because, just like some of the juices could coagulate and really embarrass you.
You're threatening me, Schiavone. What are you, Janet Reno?
What are you, Schiavone? You shitting your pants on the pay-per-view?
No,
like Psycho said.
Jesse, because he can't go a show without a political reference.
Well, also, at the very beginning of the show, we forgot to mention he calls himself something gynecologist.
He says he's dressed as the number one gynecologist in Bourbon Street.
That's right. That's exactly what he says.
But I love this because he's like, you're threatening me, Schiavone. What are you, Janet Reno? Because she's trying to get all the television canceled.
Right.
Good God.
That's an old-fashioned rabbit punch, Schiavone. They used to call it.
That's an old-fashioned rabbit punch to the back of his head, Schiavone. I'm starting to become like Terry Funk on Quaaludes. But,
So, since there's nothing good about the matches, here's something that's bothered me for like 30 years, maybe not 30 years. Blonde, B-L-O-N-D-E, but there's no E on the back of Steve Austin's vest.
Right.
And that's not how you spell. You fucking spelled it wrong and you put it on your vest. And here I am in 2025 and I'm calling you out for it.
Here's the thing.
Some wrestlers are just fucking stupid. I don't know what to tell you.
If you go look at the Hollywood Blondes reference anywhere on WWE's like official history, they don't have the E in it.
Well, then they're all spelling it wrong. And
they're all conspiring to be stupid together.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Kayfabe.
Not as stupid as the goddamn ref at the end of the match.
Jesus Christ. This is the most inexcusable horseshit. Okay? So Nick fucking Patrick, this guy that I vouched for over and over again, is really showing what a fucking incompetent goddamn buffoon he is.
That's why the NWO hired him.
Because Austin tries to steal the U.S. title from good old Mega Dustin, right? And Austin's like, I believe in trans rights. And he like rolls Dustin up and puts his foot on the ropes. And the ref counts to 3, okay? He puts Dustin down, shoulders on the mat for 3. The ref counts to 3. Then the ref immediately goes, no, he had his foot on the ropes. He had this foot on the ropes. Match has to continue.
Right. The whole time Ventura's like, why did he count to 3 if he saw his foot on the rope?
Well, because he's pointing out the fucking dead-ass obvious logic flaw in this entire fucking thing. And then Dustin rolls Austin up. Austin gets his shoulder up at 2 and the ref counts to 3 and gives the match to Dustin.
Christ. And then Steve immediately grabs the title and just clocks fucking Dustin in the head.
Also, it looks like he really hit him with the belt.
Like he finally started bleeding. I'm like, I've been waiting for this.
Oh my God. Oh, I look better than the fucking chair shot Sid gave Sting later.
Oof.
Oh God. This was boring. This is just boring.
It was.
You got 2 guys who can go.
And it's two guys that can fucking go, and it's Austin before the neck injury, and all they do is bounce off the ropes.
That's the thing that I don't think enough people know is like before the neck injury, Austin could fucking like, I mean, he could still wrestle afterwards, but like not like he did before. Like when
he was like a technical kind of guy.
He was a great fucking wrestler. Yeah,
technical brawler. I don't know what you call him.
He was kind of a technical brawler. I would say during the Hollywood Blondes era, he became more of a brawler. He had a harder edge to him than he did before. Like he was more of a chicken shit. How do you make a guy that big a chicken shit heel? Right. You know what I mean? And so he was never going to be a babyface with this gimmick. So when they did the Hollywood Blondes, he just became more of a brawler.
Well, what you do, Schiavone, is you have him go for the pin and put his feet on the ropes.
And have the ref count to 3 with his shoulders down, and then say that he saw it while he was counting, but he made the full count anyway.
Why do I feel like I'm looking in a mirror, Schiavone?
I almost wondered, did Austin kick out on purpose just to fuck everything up?
I have no idea, man.
Like, was he pissed?
Fucking sloppy ass finish.
Like, it's so bad.
Nobody wanted to be there. It's funny that you say that there was no way Austin was going to be a babyface with that gimmick. And it's like, yeah, you're right. So instead of him changing, the entire industry changed around him just a few years later.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, once we realized he was actually a good promo, if you just let him be him, that was the game changer there. That was the game changer.
How much fun do you think it had to have been like during the rise of like Stone Cold? Because like no one had really been that like brash like on wrestling television.
You like, take the letter S and put it in front of the Hitman.
Like there's a promo he cuts in WWF when he's like kind of like him and Shawn Michaels, and it just looks at the camera just instantly like, well, hey, guess what, dumbass? And Shawn Michaels just can't hold it in and just starts laughing his ass off.
Yep. Austin is just insanely entertaining.
Yes,
but this isn't a Stone Cold Steve Austin appreciation podcast, guys. We have a terrible pay-per-view to review.
It could be.
Yeah, we're only like 3 or 4 matches in even.
I mean,
we're getting there. We're on
this episode is titles. Like not very long, okay? Because
no, it was pretty quick.
What I'm saying is this episode that we're taping isn't going to be very long because this show sucked.
Yeah. So we might as well talk about something else.
Yeah. Well, the next match was for the tag team titles held by Marcus Aloysius Alexander Amadeus Bagwell and Too Cold
Scorpio with the pastel eyes.
Who's for some reason managed by Teddy. They're managed by Teddy Long. Like, what's the point of this?
I didn't realize he was ever a good guy manager. That was weird.
Well, that's how you know Teddy's on his way out the fucking door.
Oh, sure.
You know, it's like Teddy isn't a good guy manager. No. He never should have been a good guy manager. And he, it's just terrible. Anyway, so they wrestle the Nasty Boys with Missy Hyatt, who is referred to as their escort.
Yes.
I fucking love the Nasty Boys so much.
The Nasty Boys are great.
God damn it. Like, a suit, like, just imagine Ninja Turtle, if Bebop and Rocksteady had sex with a trauma villain and had a child, that's what the Nasty Boys were. And they were so fucking cool. I love their little boots and their little mohawk mullets.
They were just cartoonish.
They had a move called Pity City, and they would put your face in their armpit. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not appreciate them at the time. I was so pissed when they took the belts from the Hart Foundation, and I was like, we should have got Hart Foundation versus Legion of Doom and blah, blah, blah. And going back and watching it now, it's like, no, dude. Nasty Boys are fucking awesome.
Love the Nasty Boys.
Also, when they lost the belts to the LOD, the Nasty Boys at SummerSlam 91, and they just let I don't know if they told Hawk and Animal to just shoot on me. Like, they fucked them up so bad in that. It's like a 3-minute squash match. And they take the most devastating looking doomsday device I've ever seen.
Oh, hell yeah, they do.
That's cool.
And like, those guys just bump their fucking asses off. Like,
yeah,
they're kind of terrible people in certain ways, but like, They're a great gimmick. Like the Nasty Boys gimmick was awesome, and they ruled. They just ruled. And there's no way you could watch them for more than like 6 months and not have a begrudging respect for what the Nasty Boys did. So they have
before the match starts, pretty well, like right in the beginning of the match, not to outdo Tony Schiavone's attempt at playing a sex offender, Marcus Allen Bagwell gives a non-consensual smooch to Missy. To Missy.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Bad boy.
Who was the real heel in this match?
Well,
the game time is over for playing games, Schiavone.
So here's another thing. Like watching this now and watching Marcus Bagwell at any time in his career, how did I not put together, even as a young adult, growing a tween, a teen, whatever, this guy's just a stripper. Like everything about him just exudes young, steroid-riddled stripper. Also, Scorpio, if he wrestled now, would be a world champion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Well, they had, you know what? There was a few little spots in this match where they had some good tag team shit going on. Like, there was a spot where the Nasty Boys had Bagwell in the corner, and Bagwell rolls, to get out, and then immediately Too Cold just fucking diving crossbody off the top rope that looked really good. The timing of it was great.
Yeah, he drop kicked Bagwell's back so that he landed on top of Knobs, I think. Also, the finish of this match was fucked because... So what had happened before this match, there is a little bit of story. This took place on a Sunday. The day prior on WCW Saturday Night, Scorpio and Bagwell surprisingly defeated the Nasty Boys for the tag team titles. They held them for one day. And at the end of this match, the ref has been pulled in many different directions throughout. Also, Jesse Ventura did say something to the effect of, "Oh, Missy Hyatt's finally got her reputation as pro wrestling's best escort." He did get that line in there. And then they go back and forth. Sags ends up getting KO'd somehow with the ref's back turned. And Bagwell covers him. But then Knobs drops an axe handle on top of Bagwell's head. And then Knobs covers him, but Sags just ran out of breath or something and is too fucking lazy to get all the way out of the goddamn ring. The ref turns around and has to pretend he just doesn't even see Sags and just counts 3. And Marcus Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio were world tag team champions for one day. The Nasty Boys are the tag champs again, which I prefer, to be honest with you. I will also say the Nasty Boys in WCW were much more fun than the Nasty Boys in WWF.
That seems clear. I also really liked those belts, that belt design.
Yeah, those belts are cool.
Of their head that kind of it was bottom heavy, but it was cool.
Yeah, good belt design. Good belt design. So that was another bad match. That was 14 and a half minutes long. And then we get to our final 3 matches, the first of which, a rematch from Halloween Havoc 1990. Sid Vicious versus Sting.
What a fucking unit Sid Vicious was.
Sid looked fucking prime. He looked badass in this match.
Degree, just before you started with us on this show, we had reviewed 1989. We had reviewed the Great American Bash from 1989 when Sid literally did no moves to anyone because he was a terrible wrestler and he was going to kill somebody.
He put that weird hold on the...
He put a claw on somebody's back.
Yeah, I remember him doing that. I think I remember listening to that episode, too.
It was the double battle royal, the 2-ring battle royal.
Yeah,
that him and Spivey
that was when
won.
I was a fan and not a professional podcast.
Yes. And...
The claw.
Yeah, during that match, Sid puts a nerve. They try to call it a nerve hold, but it's just a claw on Brian Pillman's back.
It's a good pinch.
It's what the fuck is happening right now?
Oh my God.
And everybody's looking at Sid like, "What are you doing? Like, what?
Hey,
Pillman's
man,
looking back like
at least he tried something, you know?
Yeah.
At least he didn't go out there
did.
and look like he dead in the deer in the, you know.
Yeah. Dead dingo in the deer on headlights.
So
now then we watched Halloween Havoc 1990, where he wrestled Sting in the main event.
Is that the
Sting
one
was
where
the
Barry
champion?
Windham pretends to be Sting? Okay.
That's correct. And Sid has progressed quite a lot between 89 to 90. This Sid is like a completely different dude. Like, he looks so much better in the ring. This is the Sid I remember a little better. Mm-hmm. He's not as lean as he was in 90. He's just more roided up to the gills.
In this pay-per-view, you mean?
Yes. And he's accompanied to
is this
the
after
ring.
Sid Justice?
Yes, this is after Sid Justice.
Okay.
This is a year after he left WWE.
Because he says in that promo in the beginning, he's like, some people call me Psycho
Sid. Yes.
Was he already
exactly.
Psycho Sid over there too? I couldn't remember. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So Psycho Sid was not his official moniker, but he does make reference to it about 3 years before it happened.
Just in case Sid Vicious tries to sue him.
2 years before it happened. Yeah, probably.
Sid Vicious is dead by this point.
Well, I mean, he'd long been dead.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. It's a state. This is a state.
I don't think Sid Vicious made it out of the 70s.
He made it into the early 80s, but not much further.
Good point. Oy.
So, anyway, this match sucks.
And why is he with Rob Parker? How does that make sense?
Because he's the one who brought Sid back to WCW.
Why did Rob Parker exist? Why was that
Great
a thing?
question.
Why was a man 25 and 65 at the same time? Like he was
because his run in Memphis as Ron Fuller had come to an end. The thing with Colonel Robert Parker is he's so fucking big himself. Like he's almost as tall as Sid.
It was odd putting him in there.
He has a legendarily huge penis as well.
It must not be that legendary because I've never heard that before.
I have heard entire podcast episodes dedicated to it.
No shit.
Parker's Porker.
But he was the one who was leading Cole and Kane down to the ring with neck chains. So anyway, Van Hammer and he had gotten into a bit of a kerfuffle. And Van Hammer was going to have a mystery opponent at a pay-per-view. Maybe the previous pay-per-view or a couple pay-per-views before this, and it was Sid, and he comes out and he squashes Van Hammer in like 4 seconds.
Sure.
He hits him with like 3 power bombs and it's over. And so that's how Sid came back. So Sid and Sting are set to go here. This is where you start to see the what do we do with the babyface main event? Because Sting's not in the main event.
Right.
And he's kind of being slid down the card. Lex Luger isn't there anymore. You've really got a gap.
It was a weird directionless kind of thing.
Right. I mean, like the babyface in the main event is Cactus Jack. And
would he have been the babyface? Like I wasn't watching at that point. Was he actually?
He wasn't going to be their main babyface.
Right.
They had put a lot of time and investment into this Vader feud. But, the other match is Rick Rude and Ric Flair. I mean, both those guys are heels. So they're in a really weird position where it's like they don't trust Sting to be the top guy because they don't think he draws enough or something. And so they put him in this match. It's 10 minutes long, and it's basically just Sid beats the shit out of Sting.
Yeah.
For the entire match. And then Rob Parker tries to get involved, and he gets knocked to the floor. Then he tries to grab Sting's boot from the outside, but he grabs Sid's boot. Instead, Sting falls on top of him. Sid almost gets pinned. And then Rob realizes he's grabbing the wrong boot. Sid kicks out. They get up. Sid grabs Parker, and then he gets rolled up from behind by Sting, who gets the 3 count on him. 10 minutes, waste of time.
Just
total
stupid.
waste of time. Like, what a terrible way to use Sting.
Well, and it's this whole thing of who's the franchise? Who's the franchise? Is Sting the franchise? Is Sid the franchise? And then at the end of the match, it's like somebody like, hey, you forgot to mention that whole franchise thing. Oh, yeah. He's the franchise now. Like, it was just kind of petered out.
To speak to what Brett was saying earlier about, I can't remember who it was. When Sting comes out, there is one kid in the front row who is losing his goddamn mind. I was like, this kid's on something.
Is it the kid with the eyeballs?
He's
his
like got
eyes
eyeballs
so
bugging
big
out of his head. He's like in
Yeah.
the corner in the front row, and he's wearing the Sting
Legend
makeup.
has it that was a young Cash Patel.
Legend has it that's the Sting fan that climbed the cage at Halloween Havoc years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, this kid is just going out of his mind, and I probably got escorted out by security at some point because he looks insane.
Dude, his eyes, like, it was like a cartoon, like with a wolf's eyes come wow because he's a hot girl.
Big time. No, he just looks crazy.
Holy shit. That guy loves Sting.
Next match, 7th match on the card, Rick Rude versus Ric Flair.
But you forgot the training sequence backstage where Vader is punching Harley Race's hands.
That's right.
Cactus Jack has a magic bag, and he's just repeating, "You can't hurt Cactus Jack."
Yes.
And it's like a little satchel or something.
Well, what I liked was that they had the audio on for Vader, but not for Cactus at first.
Yeah.
And so Tony Schiavone's like, what is he doing? Is he praying?
Yeah.
And then they turn the audio on. He's like, you can't hurt Cactus Jack. You can't hurt Cactus Jack. That was good. That was good. But it would have been way better if the audio had been on for both of them.
Yeah. It would have been nice to have heard that the whole time.
Like, for that segment, the way it turned out, they could have just shown the top of Tony Schiavone's bald cap the entire time. Because of the audio fuck up, it lost all the power of what it was supposed to be. So
I want to talk about Rick Rude's tights.
Oh, we're that's just about where we are. Big old jack-o'-lantass.
Dude.
Okay, so whenever I watch Rick Rude matches, I always try to figure out what's actually on his tights because they're always just a mess. So these ones featured Rick and Rude down the sides, a big-ass jack-o'-lantern across his entire ass. On the back of one of his thighs, it said "trick or treat." On the other side, it said "you're dead meat." And on the front of one thigh, you have Flair's face with a black eye, and it says "Flair gets my tricks." And on the other side is Fifi's face, and it says "Fifi gets my treats."
Of course it does.
And I want to say, I wanted to punch Schiavone in the face because Ventura goes, "Wow, she got up scrubbing the ground and she looks great." And then Tony Schiavone goes, "Well, that's the thing about women, they can spend all their life on their knees scrubbing the floor and then you dress them up and they look great." And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
There was, but there's like a pause. They can spend all their life on their knees and then you can clean them up. I'm like, and they just fucking repeated that mantra over and over through the entire match.
Jesus.
We get it.
These two proceed to have a boring match that goes nowhere. It's two guys wrestling like heels.
Rick Rude seemed really like he was having trouble maybe breathing or something. Like something was weird about him. I don't know. Like,
did the jack-o'-lantern seem disproportionately large on his ass? Like it was a little too big?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
I thought it was a good size.
Okay. You thought, maybe he was trying to make his ass look bigger.
It was holding in the coffee farts.
Yeah.
That's true. The Minnesota dad coffee farts.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, his mustache was trimmed a little
not even
too
good coffee
much.
either. Just fucking Folgers.
No,
baby.
just,
Maxwell House.
Like McDonald's coffee. I don't know.
So something that you both, shut up, both of you. So something that I like how you both just collectively looked down and held your heads in shame. That was awesome. I'd like more of that when I tell you to shut up, please. Before this match,
I'm working on my Blade Daily voodoo doll right now.
Good. Yeah, I just watched Weapons. So
he's got the
exactly.
stick. He's wrapping hair around
it.
So what they did before this match is they actually alluded to the split between the NWA and WCW, which is
through the night. The whole night they were.
They brought Ric Flair's big gold belt, and they just call it the gold belt.
Yeah,
they don't. It doesn't have a title.
It's like the gold belt in the beginning, but by the time we get to this match, they start calling it a world title again.
They call it the world heavyweight title.
They say that it's also a world title.
It's been sanctioned.
It's been sanctioned by the international promoters because it would become the WCW International Heavyweight title, right? But they just called it the gold belt. And then they said, we wanted to get rid of that title. But the WCW International board recognized it as a title, so it's being defended like a world title. Anyway, the match ends in a disqualification.
Mm-hmm. And it's because the NWA split, because prior to that, it was the NWA belt, right?
The NWA withdrew their title from WCW.
Right.
So when Ric Flair left.
Right. And then that's when
Ric Flair lost to Tatsumi Fujinami in Japan.
Right.
He lost the WCW and the NWA title recognition. When he beat Fujinami, he only won back the WCW title, and Fujinami was recognized as the NWA champion still. But Fujinami was stripped of that title at that time, and then they did end up recognizing Rick Rude for a time. They ended up recognizing Chono, Muda, and Barry Windham before they pulled it, and that's when Shane Douglas won it later and threw it down and said, kiss my ass. So, boring match, goes nowhere. These guys don't know. They have no chemistry. Zero. None. Absolutely none. Flair is used to being a heel. Mm-hmm. Rude has only ever been a heel. This is the dumbest match they could have made. It was just stupid. Made no sense. And Flair gets disqualified for hitting Rude with brass knucks.
This is another point where Rude had like a booger. It's another booger incident or spit. I guess it was sweat earlier, but there's a point where he's got Ric Flair in like a chin lock, and something comes out of his nose, and he he doesn't release the lock, but he tries to get it off of his face. You know what I'm talking about?
Now, to be fair, when you do a lot of cocaine, that happens.
Well, maybe that's what it was.
Have you seen The Last Waltz?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. We talked about that on maybe the first time I was on this show.
We talked about Neil that Young, 37 times on the show. Yeah, Neil, the booger sugar with Neil. Yeah. That was the first instance of CGI.
Right. Something happens where so somebody has a foreign object and then it gets dropped and then the photographer grabs it and pulls it out of the way and then Flair gets it?
It looked like maybe brass knuckles. I couldn't.
Yeah, it was like that.
Okay, it doesn't look anything like brass knuckles.
It's that tape they always use, like that fake brass knuckles.
I don't know why they use that because I've seen real brass knuckles.
Yeah, they don't look like tape.
They're very distinct looking. Okay, yeah. So
this looks like a molded piece of lumpy clay.
Yeah, it looks like tape around cardboard.
But that's like classic wrestler brass knucks.
Yeah, it is the classic wrestler brass knucks. Yeah. And I think it's so that you can tuck them in your tights, right? So Rick Rude brings him out when the ref's down.
Okay.
Flair knocks him out of his hand. The photographer grabs it. Flair grabs him from the photographer.
Yeah.
Or Flair had his own brass knucks. Flair hits Rude, and then he covers him. There is a second ref in the ring who's about to count, and then the first ref is like, don't count. I saw him. He hit him.
Oh, one of those was Terry Taylor, too, right?
Terry Taylor is a ref in this match, and they tried to make that some kind of angle. Terry Taylor has such zero buy-in from me as a viewer that I'm like, when he tries to hype this up in an interview, they interviewed a ref.
It was so boring.
It's so pathetic.
If you want to know how bad it is,
I'm pretty sure one of the lines was, well, I may deliver an unpopular decision, and it may be a popular decision.
Yeah. This is the only point in the pay-per-view where the crowd stops chanting, whoop, there it is, because they start chanting bullshit. Yeah. Right. That's the distinction of this match.
So Taylor's the one counting the pin, right? And then Randy Anderson throws it out and disqualifies him. Horrible. Absolutely terrible. And this is the longest match on the show.
And if you, again, when I was looking at this list of matches and I'm getting excited, I'm like, oh, Rick Rude versus Ric Flair. This is going to be good. I can't wait. Right. And it was just, a
title match as well, you know?
Exactly. Just bland as shit.
The people who rate this highly didn't watch the show. They just saw the match lineup and they're like, oh, that's good, you know? So the main event of this whole shit show is Cactus Jack versus Vader. These guys had at least 2 matches before this, and it was on TV. They had one match on Saturday night, and they had one match on Main Event, which was a Sunday show. And I watched both of those, and I will tell you right now, both of those matches were better than this match.
Really?
And neither of them were no DQ. But Cactus literally got fucking power bombed on the floor in one of the matches, which started the Cactus Jack amnesia angle.
Oh.
Which is one of WCW's legendarily horrible stories. Like, they did the whole that summer they spent trying to find The Undertaker, remember?
Yeah.
With Leslie Nielsen? Yeah, they did that with Cactus Jack. That was horrible.
Can we talk about these fucking rules?
Oh, yeah.
Pinfalls don't count, but you can pin them, and that gets a 10-second stoppage. What?
Yeah,
30 seconds.
Pinfalls give the opponent the ability to rest for 10 seconds.
That was a normal Texas Death Match. So in the original Texas Death Match, you pin the guy, and then it's basically like a normal match and a last man standing match with no DQ. So you pin the guy, the ref then starts the 10 count. If the guy can't answer the 10, the match is over. So what they did in this match that is the most brain dead, stupid fucking idea ever. They pin the guy, then there's a 30-second rest period.
Yeah.
Then they have a 10-second count after the 30-second rest period.
After you pin him, he gets to catch his breath.
For 30 seconds. That's a long time.
Yeah.
And then they shortchanged the 30 seconds. Like, they're like, and now the 30-second rest period begins. Okay, we're down to 15 seconds. Like, it's like,
yeah.
The whole thing is like 5 seconds.
This match did have, number one, it had that like old-fashioned school folding table that was like a hard folding table.
Yes.
That was cool. And the part where they rolled down the stairs into the basement, and then Vader like coming out of the fucking grave, and those
that was cool.
Machines.
That was pretty cool.
That was super awesome. Like that was
the only.
I loved when Cactus is hammering away on Vader on the ramp, and coming up behind him at a fucking turtle's pace is Harley Race with a chair above his head.
Harley, who can barely move but still will bump because he's insane,
Jesus.
Right?
Harley,
when Cactus Jack was on Vader's back, and Vader just like plop.
So you know,
shit, dude.
You remember
It
Mick
knocked the
Foley
wind
telling
out of me.
this story, right? Is in I can't remember if it was in a book. Yeah, I think it was. He was trying to cash. He was thinking he wanted to retire, and so he wanted to cash out this Lloyd's Mick Foley.
Oh, okay.
He was so frustrated with wrestling, and that he was never going to make it, and he had never done anything else. So he thought he could cash out this Lloyd's of London policy. So he asked Leon to do this spot where Cactus is on his back trying to choke him, and Vader just falls directly backwards on a ramp, and his entire body lands on top of Cactus.
Yeah.
Like, there is no way to work that.
No.
And somehow Cactus is back on his feet less than a minute later.
That didn't work. I guess I gotta keep wrestling.
But I guess what I did like about this match is that Jack does dominate Vader in the very beginning. He pins him twice before Vader ever gets any real offense in. Both guys are bleeding. Vader shoot busts Foley open. Jesse, and perhaps the one good call he made of the night, says Cactus has got a cut above his eye and below his eye, which he did, because Vader literally just punched him so hard.
Dude, hitting him.
They call that getting color the hard way.
Whoa.
And in their previous 2 matches, Vader had broken Mick's nose once. Vader just was straight punching him in the face. Vader loved working with Mick. I mean, this is why he gave Mick so much, is because like, and so it's a fine, it's a whatever match. The 30-second thing ruins it. It really ruins it. And then Harley shows that he's got a fucking stun gun. Like what do they call those?
It's a taser.
Taser.
It's the old crackly lightning kind.
It's the old crackly lightning taser, which does look very cool. But Tony and Jesse don't even know what it is. They're like, I don't know. It looked like some kind of laser.
What's that buzzing noise?
What's that buzzing noise? And then Harley. So the ending, again, so stupid.
Dude.
Cactus got pinned. They do the 30-second break. But Vader had also fallen down. And so the ref starts counting the 10 on both guys. But Vader hadn't been pinned. So Cactus would be the only one eligible to even be counted down. But they're acting like both guys can get up. Harley does the crackling sound again. And then very clearly doesn't actually use it when he touches Foley with it.
Like he holds it up to the camera to show you how it works 4 times.
And then he doesn't actually do it. Which is so obvious.
Yeah.
Foley falls down, and Foley, I think, realizes how stupid this looks because he doesn't even sell that he got electrocuted. He's
and
just
then it
like,
cuts back to Ricky
it.
Steamboat wiping that shit off of his mouth. You know, fucking stupid.
And the match is over. Cactus loses again. Harley does take a double arm DDT on the ramp and sells it like a fucking champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's not made for that anymore.
And falls off the ramp after taking it. I'm saying it. He took it well. He really did.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like you are too old, dude.
He's basically crippled in many ways. And he takes a fucking badass looking double arm DDT. One of the best spots of the entire show, sadly. And that's the show, guys.
That's it.
Vader's still the champ.
And he didn't even come out with the belt, did he?
He didn't come out with the belt. Was it even on the line?
No. But this was about more than championships. This is
Why do you have the world champion on a pay-per-view?
The main event.
Not wrestling for the title. Let's check the buy rate on this fucking garbage. Halloween Havoc, 93 buy rate.
And it's not even the worst pay-per-view we've ever reviewed.
This isn't even close. It's not even close.
But it's weird because, like you said, like
it had 135,937 buys.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
That's not good for the time, but it's basically what a lower AEW pay-per-view would do now.
Okay.
The
whole show
by comparison to WWF, not good, but still
just very it felt very directionless from top to bottom. There was not a moment that felt like anyone really put a lot of effort into it, and that's a shame because there's like talent on the card, and it's
tons of talent.
And
tons of talent,
even in the same match together. And it's just but it's just put together so poorly. It's really it was disappointing. It was
the early 90s, man. I don't know what you want. Like
it was also the most purchased pay-per-view of that year.
Oh,
wow.
I'm looking at the buys because remember they promoted Battle Bowl was going to be their next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And so Battle Bowl had been a Starrcade thing for a couple years, and then they made it its own pay-per-view. That had 74,000 buys.
Yeah, because everybody
wanted drop off there.
Now, they didn't have, and then Starrcade is their biggest, actually, Starrcade was their most purchased thing. And it's it had 153,000, okay, which is more comparable to like a normal AEW pay-per-view.
What's Starrcade that year?
93 would be pre-Hogan. I think.
Yeah. I just thought you knew these things off the top of your head, Blake.
I think Savage shows up during that Starrcade.
Okay.
And a bunch of the old WWF guys are starting to show up right around this time. But it's not till Bash at the Beach 94.
Right.
Where Hogan shows up and wrestles for the first time that they have a 304,000 buys.
Wow.
So they literally double their highest buy rate.
Wow.
Insane.
Well, that's WCW.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Oh, we're supposed to tell people where to find us online.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it.
Sickosclub.com. You can go to Blade. I forget. What's our handle?
Go to sickosclub.com/merch and check out our merch offerings. We have some new stuff there. We have more stuff on the way. Are you pro wrestling but anti-fascism? Well, we've got a sticker set coming your way, folks. We also have a t-shirt that you can wear to the next No Kings rally. That says Pile Drive Fascism, that has a character that looks somewhat like Brett Michelle pile driving a mega nerd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wear it to No Kings every time they do one, and people are always like, I love your shirt.
It's true. I saw a picture of him. He was wearing it.
I was wearing it. So go check that out. Also, make sure you're subscribed to this show on wherever you listen to podcasts.
Leave us a comment,
leave us a comment, leave us a
that
review.
like button, baby.
Mash that like. I want you to go into the thing and I want you to mash the like button like potatoes.
We're going to get Jesse back to his home. But this has been The Hard Way. I'm Blade Daly. That is Professor Degree. Brad, do the thing.
Bye!
Sickos Club.